Summary of Smart Thinking by Matthew Allen. Smart Thinking by Matthew Allen is a practical guide to developing critical thinking skills that help individuals navigate complex problems, make better decisions, and communicate ideas effectively. The book emphasizes the importance of clear reasoning and offers tools to refine one's thinking, particularly in academic, professional, and everyday contexts. Allen's approach revolves around the idea that smart thinking is a skill that can be cultivated through conscious effort, rather than something one is born with. The following summary unpacks the core ideas and strategies presented in Smart Thinking. Chapter 1. What is smart thinking? The book opens by defining smart thinking as a structured way of approaching problems and information. Allen argues that everyone has the capacity for smart thinking, but it requires awareness and practice to develop. Smart thinking involves being methodical in analyzing information, applying knowledge in practical ways, and producing new insights. It goes beyond simply knowing facts or being intelligent. It's about using knowledge in ways that lead to problem-solving and effective communication. A key point in this chapter is distinguishing smart thinking from common misconceptions about intelligence. Allen emphasizes that smart thinking is not about IQ or raw cognitive ability. Instead, it's about using cognitive tools effectively. This involves recognizing patterns, making logical connections, and applying learned information strategically. Chapter 2. The Components of Smart Thinking. Allen breaks down smart thinking into three essential components. 1. Knowledge. This refers to the information one has, including facts, concepts, and experiences. Smart thinking requires both general and specific knowledge. 2. Cognitive processes. These are the mental activities we use to process information, including reasoning, analyzing, and evaluating. 3. Structured application of thinking. This refers to how individuals use knowledge and cognitive processes to approach problems and generate solutions. The chapter emphasizes that without a strong foundation of knowledge, it's difficult to engage in smart thinking. Allen advises readers to continually expand their understanding of the world, but also to know how to apply that knowledge practically. Chapter 3. Thinking critically. One of the key skills in smart thinking is critical thinking, which is the ability to evaluate information and arguments logically and systematically. Allen explains that critical thinking involves questioning assumptions, examining evidence, and considering alternative viewpoints. In this chapter, he provides practical tips for improving critical thinking skills, such as asking probing questions to understand the full scope of an issue, identifying biases, both in oneself and in the information presented, distinguishing between opinions and facts, recognizing logical fallacies and weak arguments. Critical thinking also requires a degree of skepticism, meaning that one should not accept information at face value but instead approach it with curiosity and caution. Chapter 4. Problem Solving. Allen stresses that problem-solving is at the heart of smart thinking. In this chapter, he outlines a step-by-step process for tackling problems. 1. Define the problem. Accurately identify what the issue is. This often involves breaking down complex issues into smaller, more manageable parts. 2. Gather information. Collect relevant data and consider various perspectives. 3. Generate options. Think creatively about possible solutions. 4. Evaluate options. Assess the pros and cons of each potential solution, considering both short and long-term implications. 5. Select and implement the best solution. After careful evaluation, choose the solution that best addresses the problem and implement it effectively. Allen also highlights the importance of learning from past experiences. By reflecting on what worked or didn't work in previous problem-solving efforts, individuals can refine their approach and improve over time. Chapter 5. Applying Smart Thinking in Communication. Communication is a vital part of smart thinking because it's how we share and refine ideas. Allen argues that clear, logical communication is essential in both professional and personal contexts. He provides several strategies for improving communication, such as structuring arguments clearly, using evidence to back up claims, avoiding jargon or overly complex language when the audience is unfamiliar with the topic, actively listening to others and engaging with their viewpoints, tailoring communication styles to the audience, recognizing that different situations require different approaches. Effective communication also involves understanding the audience's needs and expectations. Whether writing an essay, presenting an argument, or having a conversation, smart thinkers anticipate potential objections and prepare to address them. Chapter 6. Cognitive Biases and How to Overcome Them. Cognitive biases are systematic errors in thinking that affect decisions and judgments. Allen explains that everyone is susceptible to cognitive biases, which can hinder smart thinking. Some of the most common biases include confirmation bias, the tendency to favor information that supports one's pre-existing beliefs. Anchoring bias, relying too heavily on the first piece of information encountered. Availability, heuristic, making judgments based on readily available information, rather than the most relevant or accurate data. Allen offers techniques to overcome these biases, such as being aware of them, seeking out opposing viewpoints, and slowing down decision-making processes to ensure a more thorough evaluation of information. Chapter 7. Smart Learning. In this chapter, Allen discusses how smart thinking relates to learning. He argues that smart learners are proactive and reflective in their approach. Instead of passively absorbing information, they engage with it critically and look for ways to apply it. Some strategies for smart learning include active engagement, taking notes, asking questions, and summarizing key points during learning sessions. Spacing learning, distributing study sessions over time to improve retention. Learning from mistakes, embracing failure as a learning opportunity and using feedback to improve future performance. Allen also emphasizes the importance of curiosity and a growth mindset in learning. Rather than seeing knowledge as static, smart learners view it as something that can continually evolve through effort and experience. Chapter 8. Cultivating Smart Thinking in Everyday Life. In the final chapter, Allen brings everything together by discussing how to integrate smart thinking into daily routines. He emphasizes that developing smart thinking is a lifelong process that requires continuous practice and reflection. He offers practical advice for building habits that foster smart thinking, such as setting aside time for reflection, seeking out new information, and engaging in discussions that challenge one's ideas. Allen encourages readers to view smart thinking as a tool for improving all areas of life, from professional success to personal relationships. By adopting a mindset of curiosity, critical thinking, and continuous improvement, individuals can become more effective thinkers and communicators. Conclusion. Smart Thinking by Matthew Allen is a comprehensive guide to developing the skills necessary for effective problem-solving, communication, and learning. Through a combination of practical tips and theoretical insights, Allen demonstrates that smart thinking is not an inherent trait, but rather a skill that anyone can develop with effort and practice. The book is a valuable resource for anyone looking to improve their reasoning, decision-making, and communication skills in both professional and personal contexts.